Boom, and we in it.
I love we in it.
Yeah, we in it. I'm Zeke Martin. This is Beyond the Music, and I am sitting with... Wait. I got you.
Yeah.
Tony Puleo.
Yeah, Puleo. That's one of the ways.
Puleo. Well, how do you pronounce it?
You know, man, I do either or what have you. Puleo is the Italian way to say it.
Well, then you're Italian, aren't you?
I am.
You're Italian.
I Italian, like iPhone, right? But I heard all sorts of butcherings.
Yeah.
I mean, Puleo is like the slangish, the American kind of way to say it. And I go with that.
Are you Anthony?
I'm technically Anthony.
So Anthony Puleo. Man, you really are Italian.
Dude,
jeez.
Do you want to hear the worst?
The
middle name.
Which is?
Rocco.
Stop it. You're lying.
I swear.
Your name's Rocco?
Anthony Rocco Puleo.
That is out there.
That's so giddy.
Oh my goodness.
That's so giddy.
Yeah. So, you are a well-known bass player. We are in a band together called Dig Baterre.
Dig Baterre.
Yeah. See, not too bad for a Jew.
If a Jew said it right. Yeah, that's it.
But this is Beyond the Music. So, what's Beyond the Music is most people don't know, or people who know you, they know, but the world out there doesn't know, but you're a surfer dude.
I am a hardcore surfer. I am so into it.
Before we get into, are you second generation, third generation Italian, or?
I am second gen.
Okay. How the hell did you get into surfing being a second generation Italian?
So, here's the deal. I going to the Cape a lot.
Okay.
In high school and like working with the guard down there and everything.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I didn't, I'm a kid from Stoneham, so I wasn't even.
Oh, really?
I didn't even grow up. I grew up in like white picket fence suburbia,
Wow. Okay.
But close, not too far from the city, but not what you would call Boston proper, of course, right?
Okay.
So, but going to the Cape, like, I would see people surf, and I'm like, whoa, where am I?
Okay.
I'm like, I had no idea this existed.
Right, especially in Massachusetts.
So I'm in my home state, and I'm like, people are riding waves. So it never really clicked with me.
Okay.
And then I'm like, you know what? I had a girlfriend at the time who had a house down there. I'm like, I'm going to bodyboard and hang out with her. And this is in my young, like, late teens, type of deal. This is something for me to do while I'm down here.
Wait, time out. Wait, late teens, you had a girlfriend who had a house, or it was a parent's house?
It was like
I was going to say, man, you balling.
No balling down there. No, it was a family house, and I would go down there all the time.
Gotcha.
And that was the thing. I'm like, man, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get into this. Well, like certain people we know, I have an addictive, strong personality.
You? No.
It never stopped there. I was surfing by the end of that summer.
Wow. Okay.
And then it went from bodyboarding to I want to stand, and then, guys have wetsuits that they can go all year round and do this.
Wow.
I didn't know that. So I got bit by the bug, and I was just into it, and it consumed a good portion of my life. Like, I catered my music life around surfing.
Really?
Yeah, I was way into it, to the point that I worked in the industry a little bit. I created my own surfboard line at one point in time, and an apparel line, and tried to make it take off. I don't wish that pressure on anybody unless you're a masochist. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a shit ton of work. So trying to gig and play.
Yeah.
And work with like some investor people to give you money to make this come off and to do this, and to keep your head above water and have some sort of life and do an apparel and board line. Dude, this was obviously before marriage, before kids.
Yeah.
And it consumed me to the point I got burnt out.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, what was the name of the board line or the
called Virgo Surf?
Virgo Surf.
Virgo Surf.
Kind of like Vertigo, so sort of, or not?
Yeah, well, I am a Virgo.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, there
and
you go.
I had like the North Star pointing into like this big V,
Oh,
and it was
okay.
fancy. And I wanted to concentrate on the clothing line
Right.
and do high-end boards was an avenue to help sell it.
Got it.
And I got into that, and that was my thing. And
So, but it never really took off.
no, I mean, I sold some boards.
Okay.
So I started off the board line, and I know some people still ride them to this day.
Really?
You know? Yeah, boards have a lifespan. They don't last forever.
Okay.
But these were like, oh, I'm going to go heavy glass, and there's colors, and there's resins, and some of them will last for a long time.
Gotcha.
And I've got.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't.
Oh,
know.
dude, the construction.
I don't surf. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've always seen it. I've always wanted to do it, and I used to be a lifeguard in high school, so I can swim like a fish, but it just I never got into the whole surfing thing. I wanted to, but I always thought, like you, it's like, well, surfing, that's California. That's not Massachusetts.
It's, and then I got out of high school. It wasn't until it was a post-high school thing.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh, look at this new world.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Right.
This exists.
Right.
Hook, line, sinker. Totally hook, line, sinker.
But you still surf now, right?
Fuck yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
You can. It's okay.
Before I came over here,
it's all right.
I'm looking at tides because there's a big swell coming this week, and I'm looking at oh geez, it's going to be so big and messy. The New England coastline looks like an English muffin, man. It's all crack and gnarly. I hope I'm not going off too far about surfing.
No. This is great. This is great.
This
is the whole point.
There's little coves everywhere, and if you know this coastline really well, it's not like California is. There's not as many secret spots in California.
Okay.
Right here, our looks like our coastline was drawn by a drunk 5-year-old, where theirs wasn't.
Gotcha.
So I mean, just look at the Cape and everything, all these weird things. So this is going to be so big and gnarly and stormy this week. I'm like, I know a perfect cove that works only at low tide, and when it's really the beaches are all washed out and it's 12 feet and it's Victory at Sea. I know it's going to be I know it's going to be 3 to 4 feet and coming in perfectly groomed lines.
Wow.
So I'm trying to time what to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good stuff.
That's cool. That's so awesome. So you still surf now, which is great. Do you travel and go certain places to surf? You know how people
I used to all the time.
Okay. You know how people say, well, I'm going to Lake, to Utah to ski because that's the best mountains or whatever. Is there certain places that you go?
Zeke, I used to say I only travel unless there's strings and fins involved, and it's kind of still true. Now I'm a dad, so that's changed a little bit. I mean, my wife's from Pennsylvania, so we'll go there.
Wait, there's surfing in Pennsylvania?
No, but
oh, okay.
I will go.
Oh my God,
I will now go. I'm not as selfish. I will go. With the family to go visit family down there. But forever, I only went away unless I was gigging or surfing.
Wow. Okay.
That was it.
Wow. That's cool.
I wasn't hey, let's go to have a relaxing trip in Colorado and the Alps. And that wasn't me, man.
Gotcha. Okay.
Never, dude.
Right. Okay.
I would bring boards to, I left boards out in San Diego, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
I still have stuff out there now.
Gotcha. I know you were telling me before that during over the summer, because we were, hanging out and stuff, and over the summer you were getting the kids into the car, grab the board, go up to the beach, they'll play on the beach while you surf.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And there's a group of us. If I go to Genesee Beach in Rye, which is under an hour away.
Okay.
Just slightly under an hour away, there's a club, and it's like a family.
Yeah.
And there's tons of us, and the ages range all over the place, and a lot of them are French Canadian too.
Really? Okay.
They come all the way down.
Wow.
It's that type of vibe. So there's a big French Canadian vibe, and we all know each other, and we see each other, and it's a big thing. It's called the Genesee Beach Surf Club, and it's like a little family.
Oh, cool.
Extended family type.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we go there. And then we go to Rhode Island a lot too.
Okay.
Rhode Island's warm and stuff. Oh man, I'm going off about surfing.
But that's the whole point. You're supposed to be going off about surfing. We ain't talking about music, baby. This is no music.
Rhode
Island is beyond the music. Rhode Island
surfing is the number one, is the most consistent surf in New England.
Really? Rhode Island.
Rhode
the
Island.
Smallest state in the country.
The most consistent surf is down in Rhode Island.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, there's a story that you told me. There was a storm way back when. I forgot what storm.
Oh, man.
I'll let you tell the story, but the view you told me was amazing. So and I think this may be like one of your best like surf stories.
There was a time I surfed Ruggles, which is like kind of a secret spot in Rhode Island.
Okay.
It's off the
not
cliffs.
anymore.
No, well, yeah, people do, right? And it's a big way. It's kind of localized.
Okay.
You know, and what I mean by localized, just to explain, is there's a lot of people who, when they see other people they don't know show up at their spot, they give a hard time to.
Oh, really?
That tends to be the bigger wave spots, or the spots that don't break that often, or they're a little bit more dangerous. And a lot of times guys use an excuse, oh, this is dangerous, you just can't take off anything, you could hurt anybody.
Right.
I'm going to tell you, that's true, but 80% of the time when dudes say that, this thing...
They just don't want you to surf with them.
They don't fucking want you there.
Right,
They don't want you there. And you know what? I've even become...
Yeah, snobbish.
Am I a little bit like that at spots I go to?
Yeah.
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 I used to be like, when I was young, like 17, 18, 19, 20, and I was like getting into it, and I saw boards on cars in like, you know, the North Shore or whatever. I'm like, yeah, there's other surfers.
Right.
Now I see them, I go, oh, go away, you know?
Gotcha.
Yeah,
it's I mean, you've been doing it for a long time, you're like, you know, I want to be able to, if I'm surfing, I want to make sure that when I'm out there on the water, that I'm surfing with people who know what they're doing. As opposed to, and it's just like with music, right? When you're playing with musicians, you want to make sure, I mean, yeah, it's cool to play with musicians that are just starting out and kind of, you know, messing around and working with those people, but, you know, it's really also great to, like, just for surfing, you know, you want to surf with people who know what they're doing.
You know what's even worse than that now? Picture a mid-jam situation.
Okay.
Picture a great guitar player coming down.
Yep.
The guy can play.
Right.
And he's really good, but he solos all the time and he's too loud.
Right.
That's what we deal with now. Guys who try to take every wave.
Gotcha.
They kind
of get in people's way.
They bogart. They'll yell at you if you're going on something. So yeah, I mean, I do. Do I get a little aggressive in the water? Hell yeah, I do. Because it's like one of the only things I do for fun.
Right.
Like music.
But you're a veteran, so I mean, I in a way you kind of, I'm not saying the right, but you kind of have, you know, the right to kind of get a little aggressive.
I do get
you've been there for
at my
a bit.
home spot, absolutely, which is very busy now. I'll even say it's Nahant Beach.
Yeah,
it's my home break. Yeah, it's gotten 3 times the crowd, 4 times the crowd from when I started.
Wow, that's crazy.
So, do I bark at people?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
So
let's go back to the story. So you were
the biggest, some of the prettiest waves, man.
Yeah. You were surfing
during Ruggles, and it was. I was scared shitless.
Why?
Oh, it was the biggest surf, some of the biggest surf I've ever been in. And I remember hearing the rumbling underneath the water.
Really?
And I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
You know, you hear a big wave go by, and you don't really think of it. Oh, it's just a big wave. Like, there's nothing. But when you hear like underneath after it goes by, like, okay, that's not the wave. That's something else.
Right.
You have a surprised look in your face, and you look at one of these salted red-faced guys with all, you know, they've been doing it longer than you.
Right. And they're all tan.
And they're all tan, and they're gristly, and they're like, you know, maybe they've got a voice like this, there, you know. And they say, yeah, that's the boulders being turned underneath the water when the wave breaks.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Wow. That's, I mean, you man.
I've only heard that.
All I gotta say, don't mess with Mother Nature, because, you know.
I've only heard that in 2 places in the world.
Really?
Here, Ruggles in Rhode Island, and Todos Santos in Mexico.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's...
Wow, that's crazy.
It's gnarly, yeah.
Yeah. So I know you were surfing in the storm, and, like, you kind of, like, surfed in the eye of the storm or something like that, and then, like, it was, like, dark, and you guys...
Oh, yeah. So that time was weird. It was during it. We had, like, an eclipse
Oh, that's what it was.
That
yes,
was an
yes.
eclipse. That was the wildest thing. I'll never forget it. Everything was luminescent. I was in the water during an eclipse. Everything, it was like being in a weird, trippy movie.
Yeah.
Everything was glowing. The sky was like blue-black. And everything you could see in the water that was alive or any sort of...
Right.
Like plankton or anything like that or any of the algae was glowing.
That's crazy.
Fucking glowing.
Wow.
Okay, I'm swearing.
It's okay. You can swear. It's all right.
As honest as I get. And it was the most bizarre thing ever, man.
Wow.
That was at Long Beach and Gloucester.
Yeah. Wow. That must have been cool.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was
that
great.
Must have been awesome. So okay. So you surf, other than playing bass. So you surf, but there's something else that you do. So. This, I guess, maybe being the Italian in you.
Yeah.
There's a specific drink that you kind of work with.
I'm so passionate about fucking coffee. It's
really
funny.
Okay. So coffee. Now, I'm not a Dunkin' Starbucks person. I actually kind of go to other places. I used to like Pete's, but I think they went out of business.
No, I think there's still some around.
Oh, really? Okay.
There's one in Lexington, I know that.
There's a Panera Bread in Newton Center, which makes a great, and just like my alcohol drinks, I drink chick drinks. Coffees, I kind of do chick drinks too. I like my vanilla lattes. You know what I mean? I'm a vanilla latte kind of guy.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
My daughter drinks that.
Exactly. But they make a great vanilla latte at Panera, But so what's the whole I know there's a thing about
I've
coffee.
gotten a roasting for a little bit, and
Okay.
it's like a here and there thing. So much, again, this goes back to apparel. I always try to do things around apparel.
Okay.
I in recent years, again, I thought about going down the apparel line again and doing it around roasting coffee.
Okay.
And having a very specific roasts have an image and selling that image on the shirts and the clothing line and so forth.
Gotcha.
So I've always had a foot in the door in apparel.
Okay.
So apparel's a tough thing.
Yeah, almost definitely.
It's a really
you
tough
gotta
thing.
get that look.
You gotta get that look.
Yeah, you gotta get that look.
I've always associated music and the big thing in the surf culture is apparel too.
Yeah.
Surf shops don't make any money from surfboards.
Gotcha.
They have a big thing that takes all their inventory and everything. They make their money from apparel.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And coffee's a tough business.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta,
it's like wineries.
Wineries, it's a tough thing. So
yeah.
I'll never forget a book at NAMM, just to get into music for a little bit. It said hype sells.
Yep.
But if you have good quality and you can show how cool this is, it'll sell itself.
Well, it's funny that you say that because, my wife and I have always talked about, we used to, there was a time we'd drop off our oldest son at school. It was and she had Thursday mornings off or something like that. And so we'd drop him off at school and then jump from diner to diner to diner and try to find different diners. And we agreed that what makes a diner is one of two things. If they have really good bacon, that was for us, but also if they have really good coffee. If you can make good bacon and good coffee and good eggs, nothing else is important. You know what I mean? So it's if you can make good coffee...
Because the carbohydrates are easy, but coffee is...
Right.
Yeah.
If you can make a good cup of coffee, man, you're set. You know what I mean? So is there a specific press that you do? Are you a French press person?
I'm a French press guy.
Okay. That's the one with the
plunger.
Right,
yes,
the plunger. Okay.
I've got a handful
now,
of...
Now, what's the difference between... So what does... Sorry to interrupt. I have at home one of the Italian ones... what's that called?
Oh, dude, I know what you're talking about. It's almost like an espresso thing. It's conical in shape.
Yeah, it looks...
And it's got 6 or 7 sides.
Right. And then you put a couple scoops in, water, boom, bam.
That's your uncle almost like an espresso, but not quite.
Right. Yeah.
It's a little bit... not quite as strong as an espresso.
Right.
But it's definitely stronger than a drip coffee.
Right.
There's a particular name for that.
I can't remember.
And that's very popular in Italian culture.
Right.
And a lot of times they'll even add just a touch of sugar already into it.
Oh.
They mix it.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you put a cup of like a little bit of sugar
when they're doing the
like when you put the coffee in.
the steeping.
I
yes.
never thought of that. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna do that.
And it affects the steep value, from what I understand, molecularly changes the way the sugar is and so
wow.
forth. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'm excited. Now I want to go home and do that.
Yeah, so there's a little bit different. I'm a French press guy because it gets all the oils. I like dark roasts.
Okay. I'm more of like a medium kind of guy.
And that's the standard thing. You know,
Right.
I mean, I like them all. I like mediums and lights and stuff, but I prefer my general thing is a Sumatra, like a dark roast.
Okay.
Like, on the
Do you
scale
do
of
like
1
a
to 10.
French roast at all or no? Because that's kind of dark too, right?
It's French roast is some of the darkest.
Right.
French roast is the darkest.
Yeah, my dad used to do French roast big time.
I like French roast, but if it's a little bit lighter.
Okay.
If you go really heavy French roast, like really overdo it, this is gonna be weird. It'll smell like fish.
Huh.
It'll
Okay.
smell like fish.
That's
Has a
interesting.
fishy smell to it.
Really? Okay.
Like I don't want to knock one of the major brands out there, but
A brand.
right. But this one of the major brands that I actually like, that
Right.
a lot of people don't like and kind of look down upon, but they're everywhere in the country. Their French roast is, if once you grind it, there's almost a fish smell to it.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, Italian's pretty up there.
Yeah.
That's, but not quite as dark as a French.
Uh-huh.
That's really, Italian and Sumatra.
Okay.
That's up there too. They're all Arabica beans, but yeah, those tend to be like 7 or an 8. Italian's like an 8. Sumatra's like a 7.
Oh, okay. I
on how
didn't know
long
that
you
there
go.
was numbers.
Yeah, well, there's informal. There's a 1 through 10.
Okay.
You know.
So 1 being light, 10 being dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 2 would be like a pea berry. It's almost like a tan coffee. It's very, very light. To
Okay.
like a 10 would be a 9 or a 10 would be like a French roast.
Gotcha. Okay.
And
Now.
everything would be, and Colombia would be like a 4.
Oh, okay.
You know what
Gotcha.
I mean? A Costa Rican might
Breakfast blend.
be like a 4, 3 or 4.
Okay. Because I like to do that a lot. I just like the taste of it.
Yeah, Colombia might be 4 or 5.
Gotcha.
A Costa Rican would be like a 4 or 5. An Ethiopian would be like a 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you get your coffee, I've always thought of like, if you get it pre-ground, it's like sacrilegious or something like that. You know what I mean? Like you need to get the beans so you can grind it yourself, or get it ground. So I was like, I was at some store and I bought a bag of beans, and I went over to the machine and did the grinding and all that stuff, and I was like, I felt like, all proud of myself. I'm like, yeah, I bought some fresh coffee. But it's, is there really that much of a difference?
Well, there's a little bit of freshness.
Okay.
There's a great website called coffeegeek.com.
Okay.
And they get into it. I mean, I keep an industrial Cuisinart, at home.
Okay.
So I grind my beans as needed when I'm making it.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So I grind it, then it goes in.
Okay. Got it.
So it's like done literally a minute or seconds,
Before it gets steeped.
Right. Maybe, yeah. And then when you steep in a French press, it's like 4 minutes.
Okay.
Go a little bit longer, but you don't want to go too long.
Okay.
You don't. The grind is coarse. Of course, there's different grinds levels.
Right.
Too. Right. So
Fine to whatever.
Fine's like an espresso because the water hits it, and it
Gotcha.
cuts out fast.
Gotcha.
That's almost as fine as it gets. Where as coarse as it gets is an espresso roast, and a flat filter, like a normal pitch of the 80s,
like a drip
coffee.
Okay.
That's a flat. That's like in the middle. That's a middle grind.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. So.
I almost remortgaged my house.
What?
I almost remortgaged my house to just do coffee.
Oh my God,
full-time.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I debated it.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Man. That's all right. There's a lot of stuff that I actually almost didn't play drums.
Did you really, man?
Yeah.
What were you gonna go down?
Tennis.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
You and
doesn't mean that I was good. It just means
you and Lars.
Man, I love tennis. I played in high school and all that. I grew up watching all the matches. I grew up in Europe, so I actually really contemplated it in high school. I was like, man, I ain't playing this drum stuff, man. I'm gonna play tennis. Forget that. But obviously, that went out the window.
You know what's funny? I played tennis too because I hung out with a lot of musician kids, and we were always looking for something different.
Right.
Oh, football, hockey, which was the real big sports in the North Shore. I don't fucking want to do that, man.
Right.
There's these killer tennis rackets, like killer courts, like.
There's a lot of them.
In Stoneham, there just seemed to be like this abnormal killer courts that were all by the high school that seemed like not a lot of people used. I'm like, somebody invested in this at one point in time. There's probably, I don't know if they're still there, but there was like 16 courts.
Wow.
Like, and I could be wrong. Someone could be like, there's only 8 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, but I think that there was like 16, like a whole row of them.
Yeah.
And we would go there.
Okay.
And as these long-haired kids, doing that.
And bash some balls around.
Bash some balls around. You know what I mean? And
there's some courts over in Brookline, over by Chestnut Hill actually, and it's a country club, and they change out their court. So I don't know how we got onto tennis, but whatever.
Yeah, because you obviously go down drums.
But they changed their court. They change it from grass to clay, depending on the season.
Oh, wow,
and,
dude.
So I was like, man, some point I gotta hop the fence and play. Just because I've never played. I've played on every surface except for grass. I've never played on grass.
That's gonna be hard.
Grass is really hard because the ball moves really quick.
Does it really?
Yep.
I would think like an artificial surface would be hard. It would be faster, no?
Yeah, well, yeah. No, like, so grass moves one of the fastest. I mean, the slowest is clay. Then, so that's the slowest. That's why, Rafael Nadal is so amazing in clay because he just has the timing down.
Catsuit.
But, oh, no. Catsuit, man. She's... Yeah, I don't know if there's any surface that she can't play. I love catsuit, yeah, the Australian Open is like indoors. So that's like rubber.
Oh, so you really know?
Oh, I know. Oh, I know about tennis. I grew up watching tennis. Like, people talk about, there was this match a long time ago with Jimmy Connors and McEnroe. Yeah, I saw that. Oh, with Ivan Lendl and McEnroe. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Nastasi. Yeah, I saw that. You know what I mean? I grew up watching tennis. Like, that was from a really young age. Because my dad was into it.
You know what's funny is my dad was into it, too.
Oh, okay.
So, it was a thing in the house.
Right. Same.
Yeah.
I grew up in since you're second generation, your first generation, it's Europe, right? So, it's like, I grew up in Europe and I'm watching, I didn't watch, there was no football, baseball, basketball. It was Formula One racing, tennis, some rugby, but not really. The Tour de France, of course, and that was about it. There might have been, and then when the Olympics came around,
football,
Oh right, soccer, right.
Yeah.
That was huge, of course. Right, I forgot about that. But there was no football, basketball, hockey. Not until I came to this country.
So, your average American would think that, be swearing at me right now, but damn, that's way fucking cooler, man. That's way cooler. I thought that was way cooler back then, now I still think it's way cooler.
Oh, man,
Not to knock anything.
No, not at all. I mean, when the World Cup comes around, man, you can't say nothing to me.
I'm into it.
I am so
totally into it.
Like, I actually had, so the last World Cup was really tough for me because in the semifinals it was France versus Belgium. I had so many people texting me, who are you rooting for? Are you okay? Because when Belgium lost, they're like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. France won, so it's okay. It's no problem. But it was like...
That's a tough call, man.
Yeah, it was a very tough call. But I was like, I'm happy either way. If Belgium wins, great. If France wins, great.
Belgium was not expected to get as high as they did.
No, not at all. So I'm super excited for the next one. You know what I mean? Super excited for that. So, but let's get back to coffee for a sec. So, what's like your ideal cup of coffee?
Oh my god, dude. There is. I want to give these guys a plug. There is. I mean, being the nerd that I am.
For coffee.
If I'm into it, if I like it, I don't like. I'm not a casual. Oh, I might be casual with like Major League Soccer.
Right.
But everything else that I'm into, I'm into.
Right.
There's a company called Ravens Brew out of Alaska that do some of the best organic coffees.
Ravens Brew.
Yeah.
Okay.
And their house brew, I don't even know what it is. I think it's like an Ethiopian. So it's like slightly darker than a medium, but not too dark at all.
Okay.
Fucking fabulous, man.
Really?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Okay.
Do you know about monkey poop coffee?
Stop it. You're lying.
Nope.
It is not called monkey poop coffee.
I want you to know about this. No.
That's awesome. I have to get it just for my son. He would die laughing.
No. Try. It's really expensive, but I haven't had it. And that's where I'm like, I feel myself I'm a slacker. So there's a couple real expensive coffees when you get into it. All right, so Kona is like your first boutique cup of coffee if you want to get into it. And it'd be like $40, $50 a pound or half pound or whatever, right?
Okay.
And it's, grown in the Kona
Hills.
Hills.
I just paid $15 at BJ's.
Yeah, you don't want to say blend. If it says blend, Kona blend, then it's only a portion. So you want to say 100% Kona, right? So if it has the word blend in it, you don't want it.
Okay.
That's like your first like boutique coffee.
Okay.
Then there's something called Jamaica Blue, which is from Jamaica.
Yeah. Blue Mountain Coffee.
Right. I don't know if it's Blue Mountain.
I think so.
Look for Jamaica Blue. It will actually say, and it's expensive. That's like $50-$60 a half pound.
So, when I was in Jamaica, my ex-wife from Jamaica.
That's right. Yeah.
And so, when I was in Jamaica, where we stayed, we were right across from the Blue Mountains, which is where the coffee comes from.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you've had it.
Yeah. I've had it.
It's a slightly lighter roast, but it's very good.
Oh, it's so good. It is so smooth.
The pH level's really good, yeah.
Man, I had that every single morning when we were there.
Hilarious.
Man. Oh, I love Blue Mountain Coffee. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, dude, that's really good. And then I think it's like a spider monkey, lemur. It's some sort of monkey. But it's like,
I love it. That's monkey poop. I'm sorry. I hope it is. I hope it's really called that because that's awesome.
You got to look it up.
Okay.
But there is a type of beans that were coming from. I think this is an African bean. That a lot of the crops that they don't completely digest it.
Okay.
So these monkeys eat it. They can't completely digest it. And then they shit it out.
Stop it.
No, I kid you not.
Maybe I don't want this coffee.
Right? And what the digestive enzymes do to this bean somehow affects the pH value.
Who comes up with this?
I can tell you where it came from.
Oh my God.
So plantation owners were taking all the good crops.
Right.
And then people worked in the plantation. The only beans that they could get, they were allowed to take, were the ones that were defecated by monkeys.
Oh my God.
So then they took these beans and realized, my God, this is a better cup of coffee than what's going out. And that's how
whose idea? I'm sorry. Who's the guy, girl, whatever, who said, look, there's a bean in some monkey poop. Let me pull that out and roast it. What? No.
If that's all you have, and maybe you're poor and your living conditions are awful, but that's its origin.
That's how it came about.
Yeah. At least that's how it was described to me.
That's crazy.
But anybody can Google this.
I've never heard of it. I got
do this right now. I know.
No. Don't Google it right now. Okay. Google it later.
Monkey poop coffee. This is real.
That's crazy.
Now,
but it's of course.
I've heard different prices, $20 for a cup of coffee.
What?
Yeah.
Man, that rivals Starbucks.
Well, it's like buying a cognac or something, right?
Exactly. Well, no, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I personally.
Have you had some?
No.
Okay. You know what? I'll go 50-50 with you. You know what I mean? I'll do it. You know what? We'll throw in. I'll give you 10. We'll share a cup of coffee together.
That's hilarious.
We'll get a cannoli and share a cup of coffee.
Fat pill, you bet.
Yeah. So,
dude, I love that. So I can't wait to try the monkey poop.
That's.
Quote me on that. Tony Puleo, can't wait to try the monkey poop coffee.
That's awesome.
That's a real deal.
Cool, man. Cool. So, surfing. and coffee. That's a good combination.
It's a good combo.
Yeah, man. So do you come off the surfboard and get your cup of coffee and life is good?
Best thing in the world.
That's awesome. That is so cool.
That is the best thing. When it's a little, like this time of year.
Yeah.
When it's a little chilly.
Okay.
Or even, especially in the winter, Is
there a good time to like go surfing? Because I think
September, October, right now.
Okay.
Water's still warm.
Because I think everyone thinks like summertime. You know what I mean?
Worst time to go.
Okay, why?
Summer's the worst.
Besides the sharks.
Oh well, it's the weather and the atmosphere. It's calmest.
Gotcha.
Notice the still air in the summer. It's 85, 90. Nothing's going on. There's no wind blowing.
Gotcha.
Well, there's no movement in the sea either.
Right. Okay.
There is, and waves tend to come from the south in the warmer weather.
Okay.
And in the colder weather, they come from the north and northeast, like a nor'easter.
Right.
The waves come from the north.
Gotcha.
So popular, a lot of places in the immediate Boston area do not see surf the majority of the time in nice weather.
Okay.
This area, the immediate Boston area, will light up, and you start seeing stuff in the fall, definitely in the winter.
Gotcha.
And in the spring, it'll start to back off.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. Awesome, man. So thanks for being on Beyond the Music.
I love it, brother.
Yeah,
Thank
Tony
you.
Puleo.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Surfing and coffee. If you want to know about surfing and coffee, contact Tony Puleo.
Oh, man, I hope you guys aren't too bored about me geeking out about that shit.
No, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. Thanks again, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, I love it. Thanks, Zeke.
All right, man. And we'll catch you guys next time.
Peace.